How many shark movies do you humans have? Well, of course I knew about movies. Only I haven't gotten to see many. You've seen firsthand how most people react to my presence. And based on what you've just shown me with Deep Blue Sea, hell, even this Finding who? Nemo, right. Even with a movie made for children, can you blame them for not wanting to be in a large, dark room with me? I'd say misconception is putting it mildly. Even my father, who was cursed to revert back to a non-sentient version of a tiger shark, would never target humans like that. Yes, I did say cursed, and I assume based on the look on your face that you don't believe in magic or curses. Seems a bit narrow-minded, considering the fact you're sitting beside a shark girl. Where do you draw your lines of belief and acceptance, then? Humanoid sharks are fine, but curses and witchcraft are a step too far. That's like believing in a flying reindeer with a glowing red nose, which sounds painful, by the way, but deciding Santa Claus being able to alter his physical form to fit down any sized chimney is ludicrous. Magic cares little for these restrictions you erroneously attempt to place on it. Magic exists, whether you're willing to believe in it or not. Why wouldn't I know about Santa Claus? You humans wheel his cheery red ass out before you've even finished cleaning up the eggs little Billy whipped at your house because, your candy stash was a travesty. Oh, trick-or-treaters are not to be trifled with, my friend. There's even that little burlap sack-headed kid who kills you if you don't have candy on Halloween night. I'd assume he is wholly a myth, but then I'd be a hypocrite. Now wouldn't I? Let's hope for your sake he's not real. I saw the candy stash you have, and I gotta tell you, I'm concerned for your safety. You better check under your bed tonight, but be careful. He may already be here, and that pumpkin lollipop looked awfully sharp. Boop! But seriously? If we're done with Shark Fest, we should absolutely watch Trick or Treat next. You'll love it. Halloween movies have been my favorite for a while now. It's the one night I can go to the theaters and hardly anyone notices me, except to compliment me on my commitment to my costume choice. I'm used to people staring, to them paying me entirely too much attention. But when October rolls around, I get to be special in a good way. I get the same number of looks as the rest of the year, only it doesn't leave me wanting to run and hide. I don't have the best history with humans viewing me as a spectacle. I try not to think about it too much, really. It isn't a chapter in my life I'm proud of, and it brings up emotions I'd rather not force on you if I can help it. Because I hate this feeling like I'm not enough for anyone. Feeling like no matter how hard I try to be one thing or the other, I can never make people happy. That's all I really want, you know? For people in my life to be proud of me, to be proud to know and love me, but it never seems to stick. I try my hardest to be what I think they need, and it's never enough. I don't know what I want. I haven't ever really sat and thought about it, to be honest. I figured that if I could be enough, if I could be loved, maybe then I could love myself. I'm not sure if I'm explaining any of this properly, and I don't want you to think I haven't enjoyed our film-based adventures today, because I have. I really have had the best time with you. I just worry that when the good times subside, you won't want me anymore. That I'll lose appeal and be nothing more than an oddity in your eyes as well. When I was little, my mother sent me away. She told me there were people who wanted to learn more about our kind. That my going away with them would be helping our people. But when I arrived, even as a pup, I knew something was very wrong. They ran all kinds of tests on me during the day. And then at night, I was placed in a tank and expected to be on display for thousands of people as they passed through the tent. Witness with your very eyes a creature so monstrous she can hardly be considered a girl at all. They nicknamed me Mistress Monstrous, head of the freak people. It was a segment of water-based creatures as part of the traveling freak show. They really called it that. A freak show. As though there was something wrong with me. I was a freak in their eyes. Not a unique species that could offer a deeper understanding and appreciation of the sea so many of us call home. I was a freak. And they would never see me otherwise. I understand it in a way, I suppose. When I first came to the surface as a tiny pup with my mother, she had to hold on to my arms to keep me from diving back to the depths for shelter. Seeing humans for the first time changed me. I saw how we were similar, as well as learning firsthand how they fear anything or anyone who isn't like them. My mother meant well, as she did in all things. She scared me, yes, but she did so while remaining by my side. She stayed to comfort me afterwards, and for a time, I thought that meant she loved and understood me. And she knew what was best for me, but I never understood why she sent me away. She was not like me, actually. My mother, she was entrusted with the ability to live on land and at sea. Well, not quite a mermaid, no. Her form can shift to being entirely human, much like mine, without the lingering sharp teeth or the still unreliable enchantment which hides my tail while on land, or into a shark like my father. No, I still haven't found a way to be rid of my gills, but I'm not giving up on that front just yet. And the stripes I don't actually mind all that much. Most humans assume I'm a tattoo enthusiast, and as I quite enjoy the art of tattooing, I'm kind of proud of these markings. Anyway, when my mother enters the water, she's not bound to any one creature form. She is all things, able to endlessly and effortlessly shift, from mermaid to selkie, and then of course various sharks. Meanwhile, I touch water and my dermal denticles instantaneously return. It's fancy human terminology for the tiny teeth-like structures that make up my skin. They align and point towards my tail, letting me be as aerodynamic as possible. Hot stuff if you're also a sea creature, but not so much to humans. Well, you know what they say. There's nothing quite so sexy as skin that feels like sandpaper. I'll stop now before I become too aroused to function. Things with my mother are complicated. She was convinced by someone she trusted and loved dearly that sending me to stay with Dr. Sauda and letting her study me could build trust between humans and sea creatures. That I could be a bridge between the two long feuding worlds. Dr. Sauda was kind enough, at first. The older I got, the less gentle she became. All the testing she was doing on me wasn't cheap, and as her hypotheses failed repeatedly, she came to realize she couldn't replicate whatever magic it is that allows me to exist. She'd promised my mother a scientific cure to the curse placed upon my father, when in actuality, she was merely another in a long list of agents working under the sorceress who cursed my father. In the end, Dr. Sauda's funds depleted to the point that her only option was to sell me off. I ended up in the hands of two henchmen who represented Giuseppe Monstrose, the owner of the traveling freak show. But maybe that's enough of my trauma for one evening. Do you want more popcorn for the next movie? Oh, or we could order in. I'd planned to let the popcorn and candy be my dinner, but honestly, I'm starving. Let's see what takeout options you have around here. Oh, I'm fine, sweetheart. Really. Just ready to move things along and stop being such a fucking bleeding heart around you. That's not what you signed up for tonight. This isn't a therapy session. Here's what I know. I like you so much, but I understand that I'm a lot to take on. My past is a way of casting a shadow on my present, and unless you're secretly some great proponent of magical powers you forgot to fill me in on, those shadows aren't going anywhere anytime soon. I'll be fine, baby. I did call you baby. Sometimes the sap sneaks its way out without my permission. Come here. I have lived with these truths, these pieces of myself, for a very long time. I'm far older than I look, and I promise you, I have a handle on things. Well, as best as I can be expected to. What I want right now is to keep you here in my arms, get you good and scared watching Trick or Treat, and then we are going to order so much food. food by the truckload. Oh, and candy. Because of Halloween season approaching, yes. But also because I have the worst sweet tooth and I need to be satiated. I mean, I have a lot of teeth compared to you, don't I? It stands to reason that I need more candy than most. I'm not like the other girls. I'm a candy shark girl. Sorry. Look at me, baby. I'm okay. Honestly, more than okay. And when I'm with you, I get to be myself. And that is the best gift you could ever give me. So don't trouble yourself with my issues, all right? Family-based curse, freak show past, all of it. Let me worry about these things. You just keep being the most adorable thing on two legs I have ever encountered. The popcorn can wait. Let me hold you for a little while longer. Please? After all, who knows how long we have left before that trick-or-treat kid comes for you? You are far too easy and rewarding to tease. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you, pup. Mwah. Now then, let's find our little demon child and get this Halloween-themed segment of our lovely date night rolling. Look at all the blood on that cover art. I think it looks perfectly splendid. A little carnage never hurt anyone. I mean, unless the carnage is you.